evening and welcome to News Tonight on Rajya Sabha TV. I'm Tina Jha. Let's begin with the day's top stories. Campaigning for fourth phase elections, Prime Minister Narendra Modi targets Trinamool Congress government, tells voters in Bengal's Bolpur and Ranaghat that voters will defeat Gunda Raj through democratic means. In Bihar, Amit Shah accuses Congress of trying to dilute AFSPA. BSP chief Mayawati calls Nyay scheme a hoax, accuses Congress of trying to derail BSP-SP alliance. In Hardoi, Akhilesh Yadav claims BJP has lost people's trust. In Kanpur, Rahul Gandhi promises assistance to farmers and the youth. "21 opposition parties move Supreme Court, seek tallying 50% EVMs with VVPATs. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hits back on doubting EVMs, says fear of poll defeat is making leaders desperate. Post-Pulwama attack, 41 Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists, including their commander, killed in Jammu and Kashmir. 272 terrorists shot dead in state since 2018. Sharp decrease in stone pelting incidents. Army to continue anti-terror operations. And for failing to prevent deadly Easter Sunday blasts, Sri Lankan President asks Defence Secretary and the police chief to resign. 8 suicide bombers identified. Death toll climbs to 359. First, all the election-related news. Campaigning for the fourth phase of Lok Sabha elections has picked up pace. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Wednesday addressed 2 rallies in West Bengal. Addressing public gatherings, the Prime Minister launched an attack on both the Trinamool Congress government and the Congress. Speaking in Bolpur, the Prime Minister said that Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has tried to put as many hurdles in his way, but the people of West Bengal will support the BJP with double the enthusiasm. 8 Lok Sabha constituencies in West Bengal will vote in the fourth phase on 29th April.
दीदी को समझ आ गया है, वो जितने मुसीबतें पैदा करेगी उतनी ताकत से कमल ज्यादा खिलने वाला है। जब सिंहासन हिल रहा है तो दीदी और उनके गुंडे बौखला भी रहे हैं। सभी कार्यकर्ताओं से कहूंगा, मैं यहां के लोकतंत्र प्रेमी सभी मतदाताओं को, नागरिकों को कहूंगा कि आप पूरी मजबूती से डटे रहिए।
Earlier in the day, Prime Minister Modi addressed a political rally in Lohardaga in Jharkhand. He said that after first 3 phases of Lok Sabha polls, the opposition has no option but to concede defeat. He said that the opposition has already started blaming the EVMs for their defeat. He also said that it is because of NDA government's efforts that the number of Naxal-hit areas have reduced considerably. Jharkhand is set for a 4-phase election for 14 Lok Sabha constituencies beginning 29th April.
300 सीटों पर वोट पड़ने के बाद अब विरोधियों के लिए खुले रूप से पराजय स्वीकार करने के सिवाय कोई चारा ही नहीं बचा। दूसरे चरण में अंदाज तो आ गया था उनको, लेकिन फिर भी मुंह पे थोड़ा चेहरा हंसता हुआ रख करके बात करने की कोशिश करते थे। लेकिन कल के मतदान के बाद तो ऐसे चेहरे लटक गए हैं। जितनी गालियां मोदी को देते थे, अब कल से उन्होंने ईवीएम को गालियां देना शुरू कर दिया है। अपनी नाकामी का, अपने पराजय का ठिकरा ईवीएम पर फोड़ने की तैयारी कर ली है भाई।
BJP President Amit Shah on Wednesday addressed a public rally in Bihar's Safiabad. He attacked the opposition parties and accused Congress of dynastic politics. Later in the day, Amit Shah also held rallies in Begusarai and Samastipur. Speaking at a rally in Begusarai, the BJP chief reeled out figures to highlight the contribution by the Modi government and that by the previous Congress-led UPA rule for the development of Bihar.
मैं 133 योजनाएं पढ़ता हूं, मगर मुंगेर वाले बड़े चतुर होते हैं भैया, कम बोले में समझ जाते हैं। तो आपको लगे नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार ठीक काम कर रही है, उस वक्त मैं लिस्ट पढ़ता हूं, तब ताली बजाकर रोक देना। पढ़ू जोर से, पढ़ो तो ध्यान से सुनना। प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना, आदर्श ग्राम योजना, सुकन्या समृद्धि योजना, मुद्रा बैंक योजना, जीवन ज्योति योजना। अरे यार अभी हुए 10 में ताली बजा दिया। ये राहुल बाबा को मालूम नहीं है, ऐसी 133 योजनाएं नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार ने चलाई है। 133। और मित्रों, ये नीतीश कुमार, सुशील मोदी और नरेंद्र मोदी की जो जोड़ी है ना, ये जोड़ी अगले 5 साल में बिहार को पूर्ण विकसित राज्य बनाने की दिशा में आगे।
My colleague Akhilesh Suman joins us live on News Tonight from Begusarai. Akhilesh, good evening. Now, in the fourth phase of elections in Bihar, Akhilesh, Begusarai is emerging as one of the most keenly watched constituencies because of the triangular contest that the seat is set to witness this time around. Now, you are on the ground. If you can tell us, what are the political dynamics in Begusarai this time?
As far as I'm in, in Begusarai, and Begusarai is becoming one of the most interesting places in Bihar.
Yes.
Not because of how many political parties are fighting here, but because of one person, that is Kanhaiya, the former student leader of JNU. And also because of, Giriraj Singh, who is the cabinet minister, and also whose, constituency was transferred from Nawada to Begusarai. And that parties are breaking barriers here. Congress is supporting Tanveer Hassan of RJD, but NCP, the Congress ally, is supporting Kanhaiya here in Begusarai. And DP Tripathi, who is one of the biggest leaders of NCP, he was here for last 4-5 days, and he left today morning for Delhi. So in a way, it's very interesting. And what is the major issue that is cropping up here? What is the issue of really Amit Shah was here in Begusarai, other than Ujiarpur, he went there, and Munger also. But in Begusarai, he invoked the Ramdhari Singh Dinkar, who is considered to be one of the biggest poets of country, national poet. He was also accorded with the, name of national Rashtra Kavi Dinkar. So he evoked Dinkar, and he read his, some poetry, and also he cited how Sri Krishna Singh, the first chief minister of Bihar, had developed the state and also the Begusarai area. And then he promised that how Brownie oil refinery plant has been reinvented, and it is being restructured, and it is working well. And he also says that after 2 years, Bihar will be in the line of the biggest and best state of the country. So one dialogue that is going here, one discourse, you can say, that development plus nationalism, that is BJP is telling everywhere. Nationalism is also one of the issues in Begusarai. And the whole social composition of Begusarai is quite interesting because Begusarai is bastions of one Bhumihar caste here, and they are in majority, and they are very decisive in this, constituency. But given the
Indeed.
fact that this, vote might be divided because of Kanhaiya, who is belonging to CPI and also belonging to the same caste here, and also Begusarai is considered to be Moscow of Bihar, Leningrad
Yes.
of Bihar, and in that way, there is a great following of CPI also here. So it
Yes.
will be interesting fight between Giriraj Singh and Kanhaiya. But the
Yes,
third
Akhilesh.
angle is Tanveer Hassan. Tanveer Hassan is of RJD, and CPI tried a lot that an alliance should be formed with RJD and CPI. The CPI had been, one of the biggest allies of RJD in Bihar when RJD was in a formative state. But RJD dumped CPI, and now Tanveer Hassan is fighting. So Tanveer Hassan is hoping that in the fight between Giriraj Singh and Kanhaiya, he may get the best, fruit of Begusarai. So it's
All
quite
right, Akhilesh.
interesting.
So
Every
Begusarai there
community
set to
can
witness a
conflict.
triangular contest this time. It remains to be seen if the BJP is able to retain the seat, or will the CPI be able to, script its revival in what was once called the Leningrad of Bihar. Moving on in the bulletin, Congress President Rahul Gandhi canvassed support for his party candidates in Uttar Pradesh. At a rally in Lakhimpur Kheri, Gandhi fired a fresh salvo at Prime Minister Narendra Modi, accusing him of working for the interest of a few selected people, leaving high and dry farmers and the poor. In his election speech, the Congress president also elaborated on his party's minimum income guarantee Nyay scheme and said it was pronounced after due consultation with economists and think tanks.
5 करोड़ परिवारों को, 25 करोड़ लोगों को हिंदुस्तान की सरकार साल के 72,000 रुपए दे सकती है.
And Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra addressed election rallies in Fatehpur, Hamirpur of Uttar Pradesh. While addressing the rally, she emphasized on the importance of right to vote and also asked the voters to help end the politics of divisiveness and negativity. Priyanka Gandhi also held a roadshow in Mahoba in favor of Pritam Singh, the party candidate from Hamirpur Lok Sabha seat.
लोकतंत्र का क्या मतलब है कि जनता की ताकत, जनता की शक्ति से बढ़कर इस देश में कुछ नहीं है. इसीलिए आप सबको वोट है मिलता है. जो वोट है सबसे बड़ी ताकत है आपकी. आपका अधिकार भी है, लेकिन आपका हथियार भी है. आप इस हथियार को सोच समझ के इस्तेमाल करिए इसे.
Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav held public rallies in Hardoi and Kanpur on Wednesday. At his Kanpur rally, Yadav sharpened his attack against the Congress, which has been kept out by the SP and the BSP from their alliance in Uttar Pradesh for the Lok Sabha elections. Akhilesh Yadav said his party had an alliance with the Congress in the 2017 Assembly elections, but found that the party has a big ego. At the Hardoi public meeting, Akhilesh Yadav criticized the central government for failing to fulfill its promises made in 2014.
सवाल है इस बात का, चुनाव इस बात का है कि हमारा देश बहुत नाजुक स्थिति से गुजर रहा है. ऐसी स्थिति से गुजर रहा है कि आज भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने लोगों के बीच में भरोसा खत्म कर दिया है. जहां भरोसा खत्म कर दिया, हम एक दूसरे के बीच में बांटने का काम किया भाजपा ने.
BSP chief Mayawati also addressed an election rally in Akbarpur in Uttar Pradesh in support of BSP candidate from Akbarpur Lok Sabha constituency. Mayawati said the public, she in fact told the voters that they have given enough chances to the Congress and the BJP, and now is the time to give the coalition of SP, BSP the opportunity to serve them. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will hold a roadshow in Varanasi on Thursday, a day before he files his nomination papers from this Uttar Pradesh constituency. The nomination on Friday will also see a show of strength with several BJP allies, including Shiv Sena's Uddhav Thackeray and JDU's Nitish Kumar, expected to accompany the Prime Minister when he files his nomination papers. Prime Minister Modi represents Varanasi in the Parliament. The City of Temples votes on 19th of May.
देखिए, जो अब तक इंटीमेशन है उसमें माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी 25 तारीख को BHU हेलीपैड पे आएंगे और वहाँ से BHU के मेन गेट जहाँ मालवीय जी की प्रतिमा है वहाँ से उनका रोड शो प्रारंभ होगा, जो सिवाला जंगमबाड़ी होते हुए गोदौलिया होते हुए चितरंजन पार्क तक जाएगा। तो रोड शो में सुरक्षा व्यवस्थाएं पर्याप्त की गई हैं, जो एंटी सैबोटाज चेकिंग वगैरह होती है वो सब कर दी गई है, पुलिस की ड्यूटियां लगाई गई हैं हर पॉइंटों पे। बाकी जो भी सुरक्षा मानक है उनको ध्यान में रखते हुए हमने कंप्लीट तैयारी की है। उसके बाद माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का दशाश्वमेध घाट में गंगा आरती में सम्मिलित होने का कार्यक्रम है। उसके बाद वो वापस चले जाएंगे जहां उनको रात्रि विश्राम जहां भी उनका प्रस्तावित होगा। अगले दिन 26 को उनके नामांकन की संभावना है कि 26 तारीख को नामांकन करेंगे।
Disgruntled BJP MP from Northwest Delhi, Udit Raj, joined the Congress party on Wednesday after being denied a ticket to contest the Lok Sabha elections. He met Congress President Rahul Gandhi before formally joining the party. Later, at a press conference, he accused the BJP of being anti-Dalit. The BJP has replaced Udit Raj from the Northwest Lok Sabha constituency with Punjabi Sufi singer Hans Raj Hans. A Mumbai NIA court on Wednesday rejected a plea to prohibit Malegaon blast accused and BJP Lok Sabha candidate Pragya Singh Thakur from contesting elections. Special Judge for National Investigation Agency cases rejected the plea, saying it has no power to do so and said it is for the Election Commission to take a decision on this regard. In some other news now, in a candid interview with actor Akshay Kumar, Prime Minister Narendra Modi revealed many lesser-known facts about his personal life. Prime Minister Modi said that he never dreamt of being the Prime Minister. He said that he was strict and a disciplined person but never looked down upon anybody. He said that he chooses to teach people, work with his team and learn more from them.
स्ट्रीक अलग चीज़ है। मैं स्ट्रीक हूँ, डिसिप्लिन हूँ, लेकिन मैं किसी को नीचा दिखा करके अपमानित करके काम नहीं करता। मैं उसको प्रेरित करता हूँ। कभी कोई चीज़ है तो मैं खुद हेल्पिंग हैंड के रूप में खड़ा हो जाता हूँ। मान लीजिए कोई ड्राफ्ट लेकर के आया तो एक तो तरीका होता है, भाई क्या ले आए हो। दूसरा होता है, वाह ऐसा करें ना, ये अपन करें तो कैसा रहेगा, आपको क्या लगता है ये करे तो कैसा होगा। तो क्या होता है, मेरी 10 मिनट पहले इन्वेस्ट हो जाती है, लेकिन वो मुझे समझ पाता है। तो अगली बार जब वो आता है तो मुझे मेरा समय ही नहीं जाता, वो मेरी कल्पना के अनुसार चीज़ लेकर के आ जाता है। तो एक प्रकार से मैं कोई लेके आता है तो उसमें से सीखता भी हूँ और सिखाता भी हूँ, और मैं अपनी टीम बनाता चल जाता हूँ। तो मेरे प्रेशर हैं, स्ट्रेस हैं, वो नीचे 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 डिवाइड होते चले जाते हैं। तो मेरे पास कुछ बचता ही नहीं है।
तो मतलब आपको इतना गुस्सा नहीं आता?
मैं अंदर तो होता होगा, मैं व्यक्त तो करने से अपने आप को बहुत रोक
लेते हो।
Prime Minister Modi also spoke about his relationship with opposition leaders, revealing that many of them were his friends. He said that Mamata Didi sends him kurtas and sweets every year.
बहुत अच्छे दोस्त हैं हम लोग, साल में 1-2 बार साथ खाना भी खाते हैं।
अच्छा।
हाँ, अब मैं खैर वो फॉर्मल होता है,
क्योंकि हम तो कैमरा में देखते हैं, हम तो मीडिया के साथ मीडिया जो दिखाती है हम तो वही देखते हैं, हमको तो पता ही नहीं होता।
बहुत पहले की बात है, तब तो मैं मुख्यमंत्री भी नहीं था, लेकिन किसी काम से मैं शायद पार्लियामेंट गया था और गुलाम नबी आज़ाद और मैं बड़े दोस्ताना अंदाज में गप्पे मार रहे थे। फिर हम बाहर निकलते तो मीडिया वालों ने पूछा, कह रहे यार आप लोग इतने
पक्के दोस्त
मारते हो, फिर तुम तो बोले RSS वाले हो, गुलाम नबी से तुम्हारी दोस्ती कैसे है?
हाँ।
तो फिर गुलाम नबी ने अच्छा जवाब दिया। हम दोनों खड़े थे, वो कहा देखो भाई बाहर जो आप लोग सोचते हो ऐसा नहीं है, शायद एक फैमिली के रूप में हम लोग जितने जुड़े हुए हैं सभी दल के लोग,
हाँ,
वो शायद बाहर कल्पना नहीं कर सकते। आपको हैरानी होगी, और वैसे मैं ये बोलूँगा तो चुनाव में मेरा नुकसान भी हो सकता है लेकिन ये ममता दीदी साल में आज भी मुझे 1-2 कुर्ते खुद सिलेक्ट करने जाती है और मेरे लिए 1-2 कुर्ते भेजती है।
Prime Minister Modi also said that educationists should stop telling the stories of wish-granting jinns so that the younger generations learn to work hard to achieve what they want.
अगर आपको कभी एक अलादीन का चिराग मिल जाए और जिन कहे कि आपके 3 विशेस हैं, तो वो आपके 3 विशेस क्या होंगे?
देखिए, अलाउद्दीन चिराग मुझे मिल जाए और सचमुच में उसके पास ताकत होगी
जी,
तो मैं उसे कहूँगा कि तुम जितने भी ये समाजशास्त्री हैं या जो एजुकेशनलिस्ट हो, उनके दिमाग में भर दो कि भावी पीढ़ी को ये अलाउद्दीन चिराग वाली कथा सुनाना बंद करें कि ऐसा कोई अलाउद्दीन होता है और वो इच्छाएं पूरी करता है। मैंने कहा उसको मेहनत करना सिखाओ।
मैं कभी एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर रहा था आप ये जवाब दोगे। मुझे लगा आप कोई 3 विशेस आप सोचोगे कि क्या है 3 विशेस, लेकिन ये एक बहुत ही सही तरीका है।
Leaders of 21 opposition parties on Wednesday filed a review petition with the Supreme Court demanding counting of 50% of EVMs using voter-verified paper audit trails. The demand from opposition leaders, including parties like the DMK, TDP and Aam Aadmi Party, comes a day after the third phase of Lok Sabha elections. Earlier this month, the top court had directed the Election Commission to verify 5 VVPATs per constituency against the opposition's demand for verifying 50% for every constituency. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister has hit out at the opposition over the allegations, saying that the fear of poll defeat is making leaders desperate. "69 terrorists have been killed and 12 apprehended in Jammu and Kashmir this year. This was confirmed by General Officer Commanding of 15 Corps KJS Dhillon on Wednesday. Addressing a joint press conference with the state police and the army, Dhillon said that 41 terrorists have been killed post the Pulwama terror attack in February. Out of the 41 killed, 25 belong to Jaish-e-Mohammed and 13 terrorists were Pakistani citizens. DGP Jammu and Kashmir Dilbag Singh said recruitment of local youth continues to be low and operations against the terrorists will continue.
Recruitment of local youth dipped down. It continues to be low. That's again a very healthy sign. 272 militants were neutralized in the state during the year 2018, and a large number of them were apprehended. Stone pelting and land order engagements came down to a drastic level. Jaish-e-Mohammed and Lashkar-e-Tauba commanders and operatives, their number during the last year and the current years is 46.
This year, total of 69 terrorists have been killed, 12 apprehended. Post Pulwama, 41 terrorists have been killed, and out of them 25 belong to Jaish-e-Mohammed. And out of the 25, 13 were the foreign terrorists, Pakistanis, and 13 were category A plus and above. So basically, we have targeted the Jaish-e-Mohammed leadership. The situation now is there is no one coming forward to take on the leadership of Jaish-e-Mohammed in the valley. We have the details. We have the exact details as to how many local terrorists and how many foreign terrorists. But we would not like to share those details in this meeting at this juncture. But notwithstanding, anyone who picks up a gun will be eliminated.
Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu on Wednesday visited the Veterinary Pathology Museum in Tirupati. The museum has over 500 specimens of different disease conditions, parasitic diseases and different pathological conditions of animals. The collection attracts thousands of students across the country. My colleague Rajkamal Rao reports. This Museum of Veterinary Pathology, maintained by the Sri Venkateshwara Veterinary University in Tirupati, is unique. The museum houses more than 500 cancer specimens from different species of animals, including poultry and wild animals. The specimens have been preserved since 1960.
This is one of the best museum among the different veterinary university, and we are having a good number of collection of specimens, including rare specimens, more than 600, and including wild animals also. We are getting good number of postmortem cases of the wild animals. We are collecting the specimens. This is more useful for the education purpose. Our students are utilizing this facility, and surprisingly, all old wild animals, more than 75%, 80%, they are positive for the different cancer conditions.
The museum also has a display of milestones concerning the history of medicine from around the world.
And these specimens are very, very useful for a teaching purpose. And many other college students, they visited and they praised our museum. They said this is one of the best museum in the country. And in this college, other departments are also utilizing the facilities of this museum.
Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu visited the museum, appreciating the efforts of the university. He said that the museum gives exposure to students and researchers of veterinary pathology.
All of us are aware about the rise in cancer diseases in human beings and the different ill effects that cancer has on human beings. But when we visit the pathology lab maintained by Sri Venkateshwara Veterinary University in Tirupati, one would come to know the rise in cancer cases in animals. The museum has been documenting specimens of different animals and species, allowing students pursuing a career in animal husbandry to enhance their research. This department and the laboratory and the museum is a must visit for the students who are pursuing a career in animal husbandry. With camera person Sanjay Rajkamal Rao, Rajya Sabha TV.
Sri Lankan President Maithripala Sirisena has asked the country's defense secretary and the police chief to resign after their failure to prevent the deadly Sunday Easter blast despite having prior intelligence inputs. In his address to the nation for the first time since the blast that killed 359 people and wounded more than 500 others, President Sirisena promised to make changes in top positions in the security establishment within the next 24 hours. Meanwhile, investigations have revealed that the majority of the Easter Sunday suicide bombers belong to well-to-do Sri Lankan families, including one who studied in the United Kingdom. The police has confirmed that 9 suicide bombers took part in the bombings, out of which 8 have been identified. 39 foreigners, including 10 Indians, were among those killed in coordinated suicide attacks which targeted 3 prominent churches and 3 top luxury hotels. And that's it from us in this bulletin. Thank you very much for your time.